For the beanie part of Frankenstein's head, we're going to be using this Big Twist green color and the color Slime. And this has 380 yards. The hat takes up a little bit less than 100 yards. You're going to need a little bit of red for Frankenstein's wound on top of the beanie. You will also need a little bit of black for Frankenstein's hair. You're also going to need a little bit of gray, and this is for the little magnetic appliques that are going to go on the side of Frankenstein's head, aka the beanie. I am using the color Dusty Gray. You can use any gray that you have. And for today's hook, we're going to be needing a H8 5mm crochet hook. And I'm going to be using these Fisker Halloween scissors that I got from Joann's. Aren't they cute? These are very sharp. Don't ever cut yourself with them. To begin, we're going to start with the magic ring. And we're going to be putting 8 single crochets into the magic ring. We're going to slip stitch to join when we come to the end of the round. We're going to chain up 2, and this 2 will not count as a stitch. And we're going to place 2 double crochets into every stitch for a total of 16. We now have 16 double crochets all the way around, and this is the end of round 2. For round 3, we're going to slip stitch to the very first double crochet. Do not join to that chain at all. You want to go to the very first double crochet and join with the slip stitch. Round 3, we're going to chain up 2. We're going to be putting 1 double crochet into the very first stitch. And then we're going to be putting 2 double crochets into that next stitch right there. And that is going to be the repeat around. It's going to be 1 double crochet and then 2 double crochets into the next stitch. And at the end of round 3, we will have 24 stitches. So go ahead and repeat that all the way around, and I'll meet you guys at the end. Round 4, we're going to slip stitch to the very first double crochet. And we're going to chain up 2 as always, but this doesn't count as a stitch, as a reminder. We're going to put 1 double crochet into the very first 2 stitches. Put 2 double crochets into the next following stitch. 1 double crochet into the next 2 stitches. Two double crochets after that. So that's the repeat for round 4. Is 1 double crochet into the first 2 stitches, and then increase with 2 double crochets. For this round, we will have 32 double crochets. I'm gonna finish this and I will come back when I come to the end. Come to the end of round 4, and you should have 32 double crochets. We're going to slip stitch to the first double crochet right there. and we are going to begin round 5, and we are making the ear holes. For the ear holes, we're going to be chaining up 2. Of course, this doesn't count as a double crochet. We're going to be putting 1 double crochet into the first 3 stitches. So there's 1, 2, and 3. We're going to chain up 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. We're going to skip the next 6 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and we're going to join to the 7th stitch. And that is your first ear hole. We're going to put 1 double crochet into the next 7 spaces. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And we're going to chain up 12 again. Again, skip 6 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and join to that 7th stitch. We then want to put 1 double crochet into the last remaining 8 double crochets right there. We've come to the end of round 5, and we're going to slip stitch to the very first double crochet. And this is what your hat should be looking like so far. Round 6, we're going to chain up 2, and we're going to place 1 double crochet all the way around, even into these chains right here. Alright, we've come to the end of round 6, and we put 1 double crochet all the way around, and we should have 44 double crochets. And we're just going to slip stitch to the very first double crochet. For round 7, we're going to chain up 2, and this round is fairly easy. All you have to do is just put 1/2 double crochet into every single stitch. I've come to the end of round 7, and I'm going to slip stitch to the first 1/2 double crochet. And if you wanted to do another round of 1/2 double crochet, you can, because this is what it looks like right now. Round 8, we're going to put a single crochet into the same stitch, and then we're going to continue to work 1 single crochet until we reach the center of our hat right here. So there's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, so about the 10th stitch right here, we're going to chain up 31. So I'm going to go ahead and do a half double crochet back. For my original pattern, I did slip stitch, but I'm not in the mood to do slip stitch because I've been doing slip stitches all week. So I'm going to do a half double crochet into the 3rd chain from the hook. And I'm going to do 1 half double crochet all the way until we reach the end, back up to the hat. When you've worked your way back up from your ear ties, you're just going to go into the next direct stitch right here and put a single crochet. And you're going to continue to put 1 single crochet around until you meet again the center of the ear. And then you're going to do a chain of 31 and work your way back up again like you did this side. And then once I do that, I will come back on camera and show you guys where I'm at and how things are looking. So I'll be back in just a moment. Alright you guys, this is how we're looking so far. I'm going to clip off the inside right here of where the magic ring is because I already crocheted over it. And we've come to the end of the very last round, which is round 8, unless you did 2 rounds of the half double crochet. I'm going to not join to this stitch right here. I'm going to do an invisible finish off. Lately it's been something that I like to do for my work. You're going to go to not the 1st stitch but the 2nd stitch, and then you're going to go to the very last stitch where we finished off, and you're going to go to the back stitch. You can also go through the front stitch, or I mean like through the other way is what I mean. And then you're going to kind of pull it a little bit, and then you could just weave in your ends. Okay, and you can't even tell like where we finished off either. That's why I like the invisible finish off. We are going to be making Frankenstein's magnetic appliques that are going to go on the side of his ears. To make Frankenstein's ears, we're going to be switching our hook to a G6 4mm crochet hook. We're going to begin making Frankenstein's ears by creating a magic ring. Into the magic ring, we want to put 5 single crochets all the way around. We then want to close it by pulling the back of that string. To end our round, we're going to slip stitch to the very first single crochet. And just to let you guys know, for round 1 you should have 5 single crochets around. We've ended round 1 with a total of 5 single crochets. Round 2, we're going to chain up 1, and we're going to put 1 single crochet into every single stitch around. We've come to the end of round 2, and we have 5 single crochets around. We are going to end round 2 by putting a slip stitch into the very first single crochet, round 3, chain up 1, and again do a round of 1 single crochets around the ring. We've come to the end of round 3, and to end round 3 we're going to slip stitch to the very first single crochet right here. Round 4 we're going to chain up 2, and this chain 2 doesn't count as anything. We're going to be putting 1 half double crochet into every stitch around for a total of 5 half double crochets. We've come to the end of round 4, and we're going to end this by slip stitching to the first half double crochet. For round 5 we're going to increase, and we're going to chain 2. Again, this doesn't count as anything. And into this very first stitch we're going to increase with 2 double crochets. Into the next stitch we're going to put 1 double crochet. Into the next stitch after we will put 2 double crochets right here. Into the next stitch we will put 1 double crochet. And into the very last stitch we will put 2 double crochets. And this is what your work should look like. And just so you know, at the end of round 5 you will have 8 stitches. Moving on from round 5, we're going to slip stitch to this first double crochet. For round 6 we're going to chain up 2, and we're going to put 1 half double crochet all the way around. We then want to end round 6 with the slip stitch to the very first half double crochet, and then we want to chain up 1, and we're going to cut off our yarn, and we're going to leave a really long tail because we're going to be sewing this onto our Frankenhead beanie. I'm going to show you guys how to shape it, but go ahead and clip off that yarn, and I'm going to show you guys how to attach it to the hat. So after this, you want to sort of shape it and play with it a little bit. I like to fold it out a little bit. And stick my finger in there and kind of shape it a little bit and then pull on it. I wouldn't worry about this part until it's sewn on, as far as like the outer part goes. Once you put it on the hat, you can, you know, shape it more. But I'm going to show you guys how to sew this on. I'm going to be using this very thick yarn needle, and this is by Loops and Threads. So I went in between the stitches down here, and I'm going to go down right here, and then go under back into that same stitch, and then travel to the center where our magic ring is, just like that. That is how I got my yarn to sit back here for sewing. And then you can go ahead and you're gonna sew this onto the side right here, and I like to sew it in the center. And I'm gonna be working through the stitches of the first round. So just stick it through the first stitch right there and work it through the hat. If you use like those dainty plastic dairy needles, or you use like the thinner aluminum yarn needles, they don't really do any justice, and it's gonna split your yarn. And you're just going around in a circle, basically, just sewing this a couple of times. You really want to secure this, because if you don't, it's going to come off when you put it on your pet, or if they're trying to take it off their head. I had that happen with Tina, where she was trying to take it off her head. After you have secured your Franken ears, you're going to fold your work outward like that, and then you can just kind of tug on it and pull on it, and then stick your finger through there. So that is how you do Frankenstein's ear, and all you have to do is just, you know, pretty much just shape it until you get the liking. Alright you guys, we have our cute little magnetic pieces on Frankenstein's head. I don't even know what to call it. Oh my god, I'm so embarrassed because I'm such a big fan of Halloween, especially Frankenstein and Dracula. So we have his ears already, and we're almost done with the hat. The last piece that we need to do is, after this, is do the hair, but that's going to be the last because that one takes a really long time. We're going to be doing Frankenstein's wound, and I really recommend using a big needle. I just feel like it's so easier, and it makes life so much better, especially embroidering. Okay, so I'm gonna work through this stitch right here, and then I'm gonna go down here to make a line, and then I'm gonna go right up under the hat and go up over, and I'm gonna go right here into the stitch to make sort of like an X, and then I'm going to go through the back again on top where the stitch is and go over, and then go back into that same stitch where that first embroidery is, and then I'm going to go through the back to go right here, and then go back over. So it goes down right here to make an X. Just like that. And then I'm gonna go and clip off my yarn right here. I'm gonna clip this off. I'm going to go ahead and tie a knot in the back right here. So we can secure Frankenstein's wound. And then you can just cut it off as short as you want. Okay, and that is how you do Frankenstein's wound. Now, for the longest part of this video, I'm not going to make it long for you guys because I don't want this video to be longer than what it needs to be, because this part is really easy. What you're going to do is cut off a bunch of black pieces, and you want the strands to be long enough for you to attach. So I'm going to show you guys. I cut a fairly long piece, and what I do is I fold it in half like that, and I cut it down the middle, and then I fold it again, okay, and I cut it again. And so I take 2 pieces at a time. What I do is I take 2 pieces at a time, and I go through each and every row and fill it with a bunch of these pieces, and then I trim it. So I'm going to show you guys an example really quick. I like to start from the top and work my way down. So what I was doing was pulling these through, and then tying it in a knot, and then you guys can adjust accordingly. There will be pieces that'll look spotty, but it's gonna look funny at first, and then after you can just trim it. So I was cutting it to about like right there, okay? So this is what we're gonna do off camera. We're going to fill each and every row with a couple of pieces at a time until it's about full. You can fill it as much as you want, even in the back too. If you want to fill the back, you can. Mine, I didn't, because nobody's gonna really see it, and it's like a comb over for Frankenstein. Alright, you guys, now we're going to just take a brush and we're gonna comb out the yarn until it becomes like really soft. And as you can see, I didn't fill up my yarn into all these rows. I decided that I wanted to stop here because I like the look of it. You can add as much hair as you want, aka, you know, hair, but like the yarn. I'm just going to finish off and start combing these out until I get the hair consistency that I want. Alright, you guys, so I pretty much combed the hair to the consistency that I want. I just wanted to add that you might need to use a little bit of hairspray to spray the hair to stay down. I'm going to show you what I did. I'm using this one. It's called Sexy Hair. And I'm going to spray it, and then I'm just going to like slick it back. Alright, and that is our finished beanie. I hope you guys enjoy this. I hope you guys have a wonderful and safe and happy Halloween. And if you like this video, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up and leave a comment. Let me know what you think of this beanie. Also, don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't. I have a ongoing Halloween pet series going on for this Halloween, and you don't want to miss it. I love you, take care, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye, you guys.